You've gone to the conference, you've connected with some really great prospects, and during the conversation, there was a lot of excitement around following up and, oh, yes, send me a message on LinkedIn, send me a message on Instagram, here's my email address. And you do those things. You send the initial message and nothing happens, but you're not worried about that. The conference is 1 or 2 days. So you'll just try again a little later. So you wait about a week or so, you send another message and there's still no response. And so then you think, okay, well, it's been a little minute. Let me just wait another couple of days and I'll send another message. You send that third message and you wait and you wait and you wait, and it's crickets because that contact has officially ghosted you. So, what do? How do you avoid the frustration, the disappointment, the utter disgust that comes with being ghosted in business? And that's what I want to talk to you about today. But first, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Maria Lloyd. I am the CEO and founder of a marketing firm named Opens Clicks Cash. I am also the author of a book titled Words Are Wealth. Now, I'm on a personal mission to help as many small business owners as possible reach their first 6 figures in business. If that mission resonates with you, I want to invite you to come along with me on this journey by simply liking this video, subscribing to this channel, and making sure that you hit that notification bell so that way you'll be notified whenever I post new content. So now let's talk about this topic of ghosting in business, okay? I always tell people I have been ghosted far more in business than I have in terms of dating and things like that. And quite frankly, I've never been ghosted in dating. But business, honestly, I've lost count. And this month, this year, this is July of 2024, it actually makes 9 years since I started my business. You would think 9 years in, I would be very used to and comfortable with getting ghosted in business at this point. I've dealt with this for so long. And yet, here I found myself having to sit with my therapist and talk through ways for me to deal with people ghosting in business. I want to give you some pointers that she provided me that have now helped me really just accept the situation, not get too disappointed by it. And so, yeah, hopefully these tips work. So, how do you cope with ghosting in business? The first way that you deal with that is to not get too emotionally attached to the potential outcomes, okay? See, that's the thing, especially I'll just speak for myself in particular. When I meet a contact and we have a great conversation in that moment, I'm excited. It's really challenging for me to not get emotionally attached to the potential of what me and this potential client can build together because that's just how I operate. I have a great conversation with someone. I'm all in. Maybe it's just one of the curses of being a very empathic person, right? But nevertheless, um, you cannot get emotionally attached to the potential outcomes. It's too early. You don't really know how serious this person is. They really may mean well in that moment, but the bottom line is until they actually follow through on another conversation, signing an agreement, remitting payment, there's really no reason for you to get overly excited or especially emotionally attached to any potential outcomes because for now it's just a lot of hot air. You're just basically brainstorming together. And so it's not a real thing, essentially. So that's the first thing. The second thing is to not invest a ton of time and especially not sharing a lot of your knowledge and expertise until that person has proven that they're worth that. So again, in the excitement of meeting someone, you know how sometimes you just meet someone and it just feels like a vibe. Like it's like, oh my gosh, like you're so cool. Like not only do I see a lot of mutually beneficial opportunity for us to work together, but I also see like I could go in and hang out with you, right? Like we can work and like hang out sometimes. And so, in that, again, I can speak for myself more specifically. I will get excited and I will like overshare information, right? I'm dropping gems and I'm giving away information that really should be behind a paywall, meaning a consultation call, okay? And so you can't do that though, because that person, although they are super cool in that moment and it's a vibe in that moment, it's just that moment, right? That person is not necessarily proven themselves worthy of the information and the time and the expertise that you could lend them. So don't give away a ton. Definitely stick to the basics. Maybe there's some basic information that you normally give away when you're speaking in front of a public, in front of an audience or something like that. So instead, just share that information, but don't like give away all the gems. And again, unfortunately, this is something I've been guilty of doing throughout the years as an entrepreneur. But, fortunately, I have a great therapist, and she has talked me through my need to stop doing that. The third and final piece to this, how do you deal with people ghosting you, right? Is to understand that not everyone moves with the same level of integrity that you move with. So, for example, I grew up in a household where I was taught your word is bond, right? And that means like if I say something, I've got to see that thing through. And honestly, being raised that way is probably one of the reasons why I'm a bit hesitant to commit to things now, because if I commit, I really do, I'm going to see that thing through. Okay, I have all intentions on seeing that thing through, even if it like exhausts me in the end. And that's why I'm very hesitant to commit to things now, because word is bond, you know? And the reality is, not everyone was raised with that mindset. Not everyone cares about that. People say things all day, every day, and literally have no intent on seeing those things through. And for the longest, it was so difficult for me to understand this. Again, because of the way that I was raised, it was so challenging for me to understand that there are people on this planet who are telling folks that they're going to do a thing, and they literally haven't put forth any effort, meaning they haven't put forth the effort of putting something on their calendar. They haven't put forth the effort of setting an alarm. They haven't put forth the effort of writing it down. They haven't put forth the effort of introducing you to their assistant so that the assistant can make sure that it's formalized. They have not put forth the effort. They are literally just blowing hot air. They don't necessarily mean what they say. Again, they may have good intentions. I'm not saying that these are bad people. I'm just saying that those folks are not committed to seeing that thing through. And so it has taken me, I think this point has like probably been the hardest for me to accept. Everyone does not operate at the same level of integrity as me. So, with that being said, I hope that these tips are helpful for you. If you've got some tips to help people work through this, experience of getting ghosted in business, which is extremely frustrating, I want to invite you to please drop some of those tips in the comments. And as I always say, content is currency and words are wealth. I will check back in with you again soon. Peace. Pump me up.